Hello grade 5. So right now in math for unit 2 we've been talking about congruent figures, and recently our focus has been on drawing or constructing congruent triangles. Now I will be making 3 videos and sharing them with you, and in each of those videos I will be focusing on one way which we can use to draw or construct congruent triangles. Okay. Well, first what I would like to do is, as you can see, I'm in the class website, okay, and I'm going to go into math and click on unit 2 congruent figures. And I want to kind of start by using a website. Okay, it's mathisfun.com. I've talked about it a couple times in math class. It's a fantastic website, and we'll be using this a lot throughout the year. But anyways, I would like to go into the page called How to Find If Triangles Are Congruent. So I'm going to click on this link and go to that site. Okay, so how to find if triangles are congruent. So let's read a little bit. It's got some really awesome information, really important information. So let's have a read first. Okay. So it says 2 triangles are congruent if they have exactly the same 3 sides and exactly the same 3 angles. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with that? If 2 triangles have the same 3 sides and also exactly the same 3 angles, can you say that those 2 triangles are congruent? And I think yes, and hopefully you guys all understand that yes, if that's the situation, yes, those 2 triangles are congruent. I hope you guys can come to that conclusion and agree with that. Okay, but then it also says here, and this is kind of important, but we don't have to know all 3 sides and all 3 angles. Okay, we don't have to know that. We don't have to know, or we don't have to check, are all the 3 sides the same and are all the 3 angles equal or same? We don't need to check that. Okay, usually 3 out of the 6 is enough. Okay, if we can check that 3 out of the 6 are same, okay, then we can also conclude, we can also say that 2 triangles are congruent. Then here it says there are 5 ways to find if 2 triangles are congruent. Okay, there are 5 ways to find it. Here it says find, they use the word find, but we can also, use the word make 2 congruent triangles or draw 2 congruent triangles. So these are 5 ways to find or check or draw or construct, okay, 2 congruent triangles. And the 5 ways are here. Okay, SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, and HL. In the 3 videos that I will be making, I'm not going to be focusing on all 5 ways. Okay, the 3 ways that I will be focusing on is SSS, SAS, and ASA. If you want to know about AAS or HL, just keep reading this web page here. Okay, if you keep scrolling down, they're gonna talk about AAS and HL. So please, if you're interested, please try to learn them and study them on your own. Okay. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on SSS. Okay. So as you can see, they actually start talking about SSS. So let's read a little bit more. So SSS, side, side, side. SSS stands for side, 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 and means that we have 2 triangles with all 3 sides equal. Okay, so when all 3 sides are equal for 2 or even more triangles, then we can say that those triangles are congruent. We don't need to know anything about angles. Okay, if we know that 3 sides are equal, we know that those triangles are also congruent. Okay, so now what I want to do is actually show you and talk about how we could draw congruent triangles using this SSS way. Okay, so I'm just going to pause right now because I want to change the screen. Okay, so just hang in there. Alright, so as you can see, screen has changed and you see triangle ABC. And we're going to try, okay, our goal now is to draw a triangle that is congruent to this triangle ABC. Step 1, I am going to draw a line. Okay, and I'm going to be using this line, okay, to draw the, whoops, I'm going to use this line to draw, hold on a sec, here we go. I'm going to use this line to draw the base of my congruent triangle. Okay, so I'm just going to move this ruler here. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a line. Okay, now right now there's nothing that is, you know, corresponding or same about this line in any part of this triangle ABC, right? Like I said, I'm going to use this line to make the base of my congruent triangle. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to get out a compass. Okay, so here's my compass. And, whoops, hold on. Sorry. Just going to rescue my compass out. Here we go. So, I'm going to use my compass to measure the length of AC. Okay, so here we go. So I've set my tip of the needle right there on that point. Okay, and I've set the tip of the pen over here on that point over here. So now if I remove the compass, whoops, sorry, I don't know why it's doing that. If I remove my compass, okay, this distance, okay, should be the same as the distance of AC. So now I'm going to move my compass over to my line that I've drawn earlier, and I might set my needle, the tip of my needle, over here, okay, where you can see this line. Okay, I'm going to use that as a guide. Okay, and I'm going to set my needle tip right there. Okay, and I'm going to make a mark on this line. I'm going to make a mark on that line. You see that line right here? You see this really kind of a tiny vertical line there? From there till where this arc and my original line intersects, so this point here, that distance should correspond or should be the same as the distance between AC. Okay, so now I've got one side done. Okay, I might just quickly call that point there, I'll call that point D. Okay, I might call this point here point E. Okay, so I've got DE, which is now corresponding with AC. Now, remember this is SSS way, side, side, side. So I've got one side corresponding with one side of the original triangle ABC, but I've got two more sides to draw, right, or to make. So I am going to find out the distance or the length of the other sides of triangle ABC. So I am going to again use my compass to find out the length of the other sides. So that now the distance between the tip of the needle and the tip of the pen should be the same as line AB. So then I move my compass back over here and place the tip of the needle at point D and make a mark using the compass. Okay. Now I am going to move my compass back to the original triangle and find out the length of BC. And it seems like BC and BA is the same because I didn't have to move my compass. I didn't have to change the width between the needle tip and the pen tip, right? So it looks like BC and BA is the same. And then I'm going to move my compass back over here. Okay, put my needle tip over there and make a mark. Okay. Now what you can see, now what we see is two arcs overlapping each other or intersecting. Okay, we see two arcs intersecting at this point here. That point is called the intersection point, the point that the two arcs intersect. And we're going to use that point to kind of complete our congruent triangle. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to bring back my ruler. Okay, I don't think I need it that long. Maybe about that length is okay. And I'm going to draw a line from point D to that intersection point. Okay. So from point D to that intersection point, I'm going to draw a line. Like that. Okay. Now we have another side. Okay, so you can see our congruent triangle is, slowly getting developed. It's slowly developing, right? First we only had we started off with a line, and then using that line we completed one corresponding side. Then now we have two corresponding sides. So we have a side corresponding, so DE is corresponding AC, and then we have another side, D, let's call the other point, let's call this point F, and DF is corresponding with AB. Now all we got to do is finish up our congruent triangle. So I'm gonna connect I'm gonna connect E and F like that. Okay, and now last thing, let's actually check if those two triangles are congruent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put triangle ABC on top of DEF. And as you can see, the two triangles are basically the same, right? They're basically the same. So we can say that those two triangles are basically congruent. Okay, and we use the SSS way. So we only focused on the sides. Okay, so we made sure our new congruent triangle, okay, the side length of the new congruent triangle is or are exactly the same as triangle ABC. So this is one way, this is the SSS way, and you can use this to draw a congruent triangle. Thank you.